Name twist, snail, meatball curry. Today is 14 patch day. So we're at 7.5. They added a lot of stuff. I am not going to touch base on the glamour stuff because I think the glamour stuff is bugged. Or there's some stuff that's bugged. So touch with that later. Today we are going to push story because right now the new Alliance raid is also out, but I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole because that'll take forever. And we do not have forever tonight. So if y'all don't like spoilers, please be aware that we are pushing story. So you have been warned! Other than that, let's get going! I also have Malcor.
I have my key card. Why aren't you letting me in, game? There we go. Perfect. Okay, and Fate's footsteps. Well, since you're there.
I mean, yeah, considering the fact that you and I have the ring, why not? Oh, Malcor, can you do me a favor and pull up the FC thing for me? I need you to pull up to activate some buffs. And we do not have the proper ones. Alright. It's fine. Stay there. And of course, because we're doing new stuff, we need to put up some buffs so that we're not spending all shit ton of stuff. Minor detour.
Well, just to make it easier on you, I could at least get closer to where the quest is.
Alright, when you get there, go ahead and activate reduced rates. And proper care.
Okay. Execute. And execute.
Thank you. Now. Incoming! Flop. Really?
You didn't notice earlier when you were warping, did you?
I warp in on Malcor eating chicken. And the only way you can get that emote is through the collab.
Well, for anybody who wasn't in Japan, to be more specific, Japan had this collab about a year ago with KFC.
And now we get it on the state side
via Jollibees. And granted, there are other places that do have Jollibees, but the problem with that is that Jollibees is very, very specific of where they have places open here in the US. We were one of the lucky ones that actually had one that was relatively close, as compared to some who weren't so fortunate.
Alright, we did leave off with Cryo
discovering her lineage. Because now she just left Grandmama stuck inside a little Thunderdome. Right. And for those who are worried, worry not. It does seem the original voice of Rahatia is back. I don't know what happened to him at the time. I think either there was some conflict at the time because he was dubbing something else, or he was sick. But it seemed like they had to replace his voice in the previous update. But as of now, they have done re-recordings with them, and it is back to being as lovable as y'all enjoy it. So just a quick PSA for those who didn't hear it in the previous expansion. Well, did hear it in the previous expansion.
Yeah, I saw a blurb on my Twitter. It was like, huh?
Again, the voice acting community, well, voice acting in general is kind of a tightrope sometimes when it comes to how you handle gigs and the like. At least from the outside looking in.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I kind of like Graha, but I'm not that much of
To be fair, I don't think you keep a pulse on the VA scene, and considering the fact that a lot of this is on the UK side, is even more difficult.
Ooh. Oh, that's the courtly lover stuff. I was like, huh. Boop, boop.
But yes. Don't know if you saw us in Eusteria's stream for the brief moments that we were able to talk, but we did see a lot of the stuff going on with FanFest. Needless to say, I'm cautiously optimistic with Evercold and all the stuff they promise. If they deliver on it is yet to be desired, but here's hoping that they do.
Try not to spoil too much, because some people still haven't watched FanFest. Unless you feel like dropping a spoiler
You're just in time for a progress
which I
report.
don't care.
The decryption
I mean,
is
if they're
finally
watching this,
complete.
odds are it's a good thing,
As we
but
suspected,
voice
the
dialogue.
data represents a partial record of Preservation's research documents. A quick scan of the files, however, failed to turn up the information Y'shtola was after.
Indeed. No mention of the Ascians, or primal summoning techniques for that matter. While Calyx doubtless received instruction from someone possessed of such knowledge, there was naught to identify this benevolent mentor. I am, however, pleased to say that we found several reports concerning the key.
Uh-oh.
We know the key is used to open paths between worlds, and was a treasured relic of the Milala.
Yes, that
and
is
just as the
true.
Milala were unable to return after reaching the Mist Continent, so too was Preservation unable to gain a mastery of the prize which had passed into their possession. The data suggests that a particular formula or procedure is required, a process which Calyx appears to have understood. Yet the key proved fickle. Perfectly replicating conditions was no guarantee of success. And even when they did manage to generate a modest portal, the destination was never the one they expected. The reports practically screamed their frustration, describing the experience as being dragged around by a traveler picking roads without rhyme or reason. Serves them right, I say.
After much
No,
trial
they
and
have
error,
the key, but no
Preservation
map to
began
know where
to
they're gonna
experiment
go.
with external actuation devices for the key. Striving
Oh,
to maintain a stable
where
pathway to a
Evercold
chosen
comes in.
location, they conceived of the
to
technology
lead up
that
to
forms
now.
the gate to the Golden City.
So, their tribulations ultimately afforded them control of the key, albeit in a limited capacity, which, of course, explains why they were able to instruct Zoralja in its use, thus enabling the unprecedented feat of transferring Everkeep and its environs to the source. After the Endless Fiend took the key unto herself, she opened pathways to other reflections in her hunt for ether.
The Milala merely used it to facilitate their exodus. To think what the key has now wrought in...
For all we know, the actuation device augmented the key's power beyond its intended scope. Were your goal to plunder whole worlds of their ether, a tool designed to simply transfer people would likely be insufficient.
Shale, I don't suppose you would be able to remove the actuation device.
The machine made for that very purpose is still functional, thankfully. It shouldn't be a problem.
What do you think? We don't even know how the key works. If the device is somehow interfering or amplifying its capabilities, I believe we ought to remove it.
And pulls the key out of nowhere.
Just be careful with this thing, please. I don't want to have to
Give
stop
me a
another
moment.
world-ending disaster. Seriously, there's only so many of those I can take.
And yet, the expansion is solely based on what this key can do.
I was promised a vacation! I got nothing! I had to work!
Gee, that doesn't look anything familiar.
Get the feeling I probably should have stayed Paladin in case this thing goes kablamo.
Yeah, you can always cut through it with your sword. And also...
What is she seeing?
My word.
Yep. Whee!
You stare at the abyss. The abyss stares back!
What abyss? That ain't an
Strona?
abyss. That's a big giant sunspot.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've beheld the key in all its unobscured glory. The sheer density is extraordinary. 'Tis akin to the structures we saw beneath the Tempest.
So, stuff back at the first?
Now that you mention it, the ornamentation is reminiscent of Amarok.
Have you noticed anything since the key has been in your possession?
Not that I can recall.
Here we go.
You're suggesting the key has some connection with Azam. A plausible theory, although one we are yet unequipped to prove.
Even when you're still not around, we're still cleaning up your mess, Crystal Mom. God dang it.
Hello? Yes, this is Cryle speaking.
And on a side note, the net has been polluted with the Ava crossover announcement.
That was Ojika with a message for
the
us.
Alliance Raid for Evercold will be featuring that. And thanks
An
to that,
urgent matter?
I am currently trying to watch Ava for the first
I'm not
time.
altogether sure.
I've already known, like, clips, jokes, and memes for the Ava
Tataru
series, so
requires our
not
counsel,
much for me to
and
be
hoped
spoiled
to
aside
call
from
upon us
rebuild
in
stuff.
person at the Baldessian
But
Annex.
so far, it's interesting. And I'll just leave it at that.
Though
And
disappointed
yes,
we
I
were
do
not
apologize,
present,
we are talking
she
over the
appeared
voiceovers.
content to wait until our travels brought us back to Sharlayan, insisting that it did not merit our immediate summons. Her tone suggested otherwise, however, and Ojika
Mayhap the time has come for another journey across the salt.
So no.
You'd best go. Though I'll not deny that I'll be sad to see you leave.
Oh, Shale. I can't even begin to thank you for all you've done. We will be forever indebted to you and your oblivion.
The debt is ours. We'll never forget the sacrifices. In the meantime, I shall keep sifting through the data.
Actually, I should like to stay here a little longer, if you don't mind.
You are most
And I get the feeling we won't hear anything until September.
I mean...
And might I borrow the key for a while? I wish to study.
Well then, shall we be off? Ojika will be
Yes, so... Imagine... I can't even say their last name. Alice and Alphanaut in plug suits.
The Leviers?
Yes.
All I'm imagining, with how often people love to play dress up with her, is Amelia's being one of those, and of course the dad chasing us as per usual. So, as I've said many a times, just picturing Fortunaut, I think that's how you pronounce his name, in the Gemma pose feels more than accurate. Especially given his earlier interpretations, or earlier portrayals I should say, back in the after story of Shadowbringers.
And yes, back to here.
Oh, Charlian. Great. Back to the cave of nerds.
They have to give us something.
Just, for the love of God, no red tape, please. Alrighty then. I think it should be safe when we're not in spoken dialogue. Yes, so many things, but home, just too much to even try and parse through sometimes. Because it feels like just when I think I'm done, something else pops up.
Butt sliders.
I can only imagine what the dev team is going through right now, hearing Yoshi P having to talk about this.
Butt sliders.
It's like, they wouldn't stop talking about the butt sliders, and then they wanted long hair too? Come on, we have to do something. I mean, we could all try to put... Don't even say that name! I can hear that just right now. And it wouldn't surprise me if that were the case.
And of course they have a Yoshi P template, and of course the template is pointing
Thinking
at
back
Xeno's
to when
butt
you
with the
bought
word
this
Juicy
map.
on it.
Well,
how you all
rather
encouraged me to
him
make the
pointing at the
voyage to
screen,
Tuval.
and then him making like the big pose, like, y'all
Are you
brought a
glad
big
you did?
butt? That's a template, but people just love spreading that juicy Zeus
As
picture.
if you need us.
Oh my god.
Welcome back.
And there's Takaro. I'm not even going there.
I'm so glad you're here.
Ojika contacted us. He intimated that you were rather concerned. Come to think of it, Alphino said he and Alize would pay you a visit upon their return. Have you not seen them?
Yes, Maya, so
Oh,
glad
no,
you
they
managed to
were
have your
here.
family
I was
reunion.
regaled with many
Though
a tale
it took
of
a
your
long time for the
Torali
devs to actually
adventures.
give it to you. Christ.
And spoken lines again.
It was only once they departed for Garlemord that the rumors came to my attention. Rather alarmingly, void-sent sightings seem to be on the rise across the star. I was reluctant to bother you with mere hearsay, especially when you had more pressing matters to contend with. But earlier I received a confidential report from the Grand Company of Eorzea. It's as if a mighty dam has been breached, flooding the land with foul creatures. For a blessing, most nations have managed to keep the invaders in check, and casualties appear to be... Their fissures continue to manifest.
A deeper connection. Garlemald is the home of the...
It is. Alphino and Alizé were there when the trouble began, and have...
Yep. Ba-dum-bum. Back to Garlemald!
Well, to be fair, Garlemald does tend to have a freaking society that is known to make Falcian bargains with the Void Scent. So it's no surprise that the leak seems to be coming from there. Yes, the Reaper class is known for Garlemald, and you have to make a pact with the Void Scent in order to become one.
Thus concludes the abridged account of our time in Tural. Now I shall leave you with the words of the late Dawn Servant. Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship. A notion that rings true for Eorzeans, no less...
Yeah. You even point that
and
out.
for Garleans as well. Even sharing something as simple as a local dish. It's up to all of us to forge new bonds.
It almost feels fitting that I should do this in Reaper, but I don't think I have that geared up. Ugh. And again, I still need to gear my Viper.
Well, they'll be fixing that once the further expansion, patches come out.
Ugh. How exactly?
Thank
I wonder.
you for sharing your tale. Better they hear it firsthand than endure my... Your words give me hope that we might achieve something...
We all have the capacity to affect change. Our time in Tural taught us that. And now that we've returned, it's time we rolled up our sleeves and got back.
I've already sent missives to the other nations, informing them of our Alexandrian... I also intend to notify the Garlean community officially. If both sides are amenable to the proposition, we shall gladly assist in establishing diplomatic relations.
And he's just
Thank
stunned.
Hey, Julius!
Are you sure you've recovered from your journey? It sounded like you've hardly had time to catch your breath.
There's no I in his name.
Sir!
Uh-oh.
Lapis Manalis is overrun with void scent. We've just...
What?
No rest for the weary.
Tritium Squadron reporting in. We're under it. Void Scent appeared out of nowhere and ambushed us during a routine inspection. Damn it. Is that another fissure? No, no, no! Ah!
Oh boy.
My comrades are under attack. We have to do something.
There's no time to lose! Come on!
Bum.
The
And
Garlean community is ill-equipped to defend themselves against such a threat. Even with the aid of the twins and the Ilzabad contingent.
we get thrown into the mall.
We shall leave for Garlemald
Again.
immediately.
Thank you. I was able to contact Thancred and Urianger too. They're already on their way. With any
Yay!
luck, you'll be able to rendezvous with them on arrival.
Thancred and Urianger. So, thank Daddy.
We gotta make sure we have everything covered for the duty covers, duty support.
I mean, Graha is all around her, so...
Variety. So, The Void Scent are breaking through into the source. So, what's happening? Either Xeno somehow made a pact with them that should he die, that they get to wreak havoc, or probably the whole thing with, what was it, the 12th, 9th, whichever speed world is from, breaking through into the source has weakened the barrier.
Well, I mean, you do have to realize that the new expansion also kind of starts in the 4th. Hi, Urianje. Hi, Thancred. I see you're all bundled up.
You picked a frosty spot.
Why does he remind... His design reminds me of a certain somebody. I wonder if they can guess who I'm referring to.
Tataru sent word that you were coming. Full glad am I to see you all. Though I'm afraid this is no time for pleasantries. Planar fissures have opened up across Garlemald, inundating the region with void scent.
Alright, let's hurry up and get caught up.
The Ilzabard contingent are combating the threat in Lapis Manalis. Although they have suffered casualties, they appear to have the upper hand.
As well they should. The many talented Uldan thaumaturges among them
never catch
should
my
be
breath.
more than capable of closing
here.
any fissures.
Alright.
Yellow.
Which leaves the second focal point, the Clutium. Eulus and the Garlean community are attempting to mount a counterattack, but are struggling to cope with the sheer number of Voidsent.
There we go.
They've fallen back to the north of the Imperial Palace. Can you lend your aid in securing the area?
With your blessing, I would tend to the wounded returning from battle.
Of course, Kryl.
Out the way, out the way. Let me get to the
The
quest,
quickest route
please.
from here to the front is via the train tracks. Once we arrive, we can support the Garlean forces as we make for the fissure in the munitions factory.
Yes, it's kind of funny. Thancred and Urianje are in, like, heavy coats, and then the rest of us are just, like, wearing whatever. Not freezing at all.
Well, gonna be getting a little colder later on.
Let me know when you're out of CS. So I can add you to party. Because I do not feel like, ow,
Careful.
dealing with the dungeon on my own.
Well, at least we don't have to wait an eternity to try and get all this stuff.
Well, while I'm waiting for you to refill my gear. And change my glam. Let's see. We'll go with this.
And Kryl is pushed off to the side yet again. Alright, let me check.
I'm gonna have to update some stuff that I need to get rid of.
Eek. Yeah, my gear is pathetic. Well, rather, my Reaper gear is pathetic.
Do you need to put stuff away or whatever?
Just trashing some stuff from dungeons that I don't need. Good God, I swear I got like a bunch of random junk.
Well, while you're doing that... To answer the question in chat, not long. Let's see. You are materia. And I think you are weapons. Yes.
So many things I really should just throw into the glam box at some point, but I at least have enough spots cleared for a thing in here. Yeah, see what's up now.
I gotta get back to you. Garlemon, where are you, Garlemon? I probably passed you.
Just find where Rocket On is, and it should be under them.
There you are. Ready?
That.
Oh. I haven't played this one in a while. That's 2. Oop. And 8.
Shouldn't take us too long. And I see you managed to tweak your own setup. Hey. Clear this off. Oh. Well, that was a quick 8 minutes.
Let's see if I remember how to play. Because how long have we not touched this game?
To be fair, we did kind of boot it up a bit when we were grinding for atoms.
Yeah. Gee, that doesn't look any more ominous. Alright, let's see how big this tank's gonna pull.
Also, oh my god.
Huh?
The summoner's name.
Oh, I just noticed that it's like ridiculously long.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
Don't think I'm ignoring you, I'm not. Just giving you time to see that. Sometimes you got his focus! I'd stop spinning. Anywho. Get the moving going.
Appreciate the help. We'll handle things from here. Take care of the fissure.
Good googly moogly.
What is that abomination? Ugh. I have a scorpion. As I mean, no thanks. I don't want to look. Ooh.
Aye!
Not again! Not again!
Don't. Please don't.
Ah! Damn it! I couldn't get out!
Use your healing on. Cause, yeah, you're dying.
I didn't think it would do that much damage!
Also, stop moving. And blown up.
Thank you. Here. Will you stop moving? Not again, not again, not again, not again!
Ah! And you... Wow. Yes, thank you for that. For being a pain. Alright.
Yay, hole in the wall again! Alright, here we... Whew, starting to say, that thing can't be moving. Oh, it's gonna be so annoying.
I still wanna know how that person's using things. Because...
Who are you tracking? Who are you track? Yes!
So, is it the healer? So it's the healer.
That is mean.
Yeah. Not really getting any help from the tank, per se. But again, this is day one. So I'm not surprised. But it looks like it's tracking the healer.
Tricky little guy. Fair enough.
What?
What the tank just did.
Well, I can't really reply.
But yeah, got the ring. I mean, don't know what to call them. Whoop. And they're just cleaning up.
No, I seriously think that probably tracks the healer instead of the tank. I'll have to find that out once we do this again.
Which we probably will have to. Yeah, I get to hear that again. Don't need us. Alright, next is...
this thing.
Big boy. Chart?
Fort.
That? A name? Ripples of gloom. And where'd he stop? Nobody. Yeah! Ow!
You have to watch him.
I was watching. I was moving, but I didn't think he'd go immediate. I was trying to stay away from him, but then he just whirled right there.
Not getting any mitigation here.
Damn it. Why?
And again.
Do you keep aiming for me? I was nowhere near you.
And you died. Ouch. Alright,
Help me in front. And unfortunately my Fane is still on cooldown.
Like
Nothing
I
for
said, they
me.
don't tend to make this easy. But then again, if they did make this too easy, it wouldn't be... interesting.
Jeez, wondering why my second attack was going off for my Ogi. Yeah, finally. Doesn't really compare. Yeah. And 3 for that. Alright, and time for the big boss. Ooh. There. Wait.
Now for something different.
Not your friends.
supposed to keep moving?
Yes.
Okay. Beep.
Red is keep moving, blue is stay still.
I forgot about that one.
Ooh. Yeah. At least fainted that to try and help.
This one's not hurting as much.
Hooray! And they spin now. Where does it land? Where does it land? Oh no! Ow. Don't be in the front. Alright, I'm about to LB. Ah, not in front of him though. There.
Yay.
Only one death. My death.
Wow.
Oh, right.
I mean, I died too. Woo! Eek.
Is the song tradable?
I don't know.
I'll check.
Yes.
It is.
Huh?
Yeah. 74. So, didn't I get the song sadly?
That's fine.
Alright, so what happens with the story?
Because he's lingering, that means he can talk to us.
Not for long.
Sucked back into the void?
Hey,
I think that's all of them.
We need but seal the fissure to prevent further ingress.
It's over.
Nope.
I can only imagine the extent of the damage were it not for your aid. On behalf...
I shall close the fissure.
Okay, what master do you serve?
If you do that, I will be trapped here.
You risked your life in vanquishing the creature. Would you at least let me bear the burden of deciding its fate?
Alright.
You want to go back? To the void? Your kind have entered this realm before. Some seeking death that they might rejoin the life stream. But you would choose that dark, deathless place?
The wind is fresh and pure, untouched by darkness. But I cannot yet bear to part with the void. If only the winds would blow there, as they do here. I long to return, to see my home unsullied, as it once was.
Well, now we know why the Reaper is the sole focus of
We
Evercold.
know that pain all too well. If that is your wish, you must forsake this aggression. Go back. I have a friend, Zero, who hails from your home. She and her companions strive to bring light into the void from another world blighted with imbalance. I hear their efforts have already met with some success. One day, they'll drive the darkness from the void, I'm sure of it.
His form is imbued with the will of all those I consumed. We shall return to our world and seek out this Zero. Then we shall see.
She won't disappoint you. That much.
Bravo! I think Zero will approve.
Oh, Indeed, that was truly heartening to see.
Understanding begets fellowship. I thought I might lead by...
Well then, shall we head?
Another minor mishap patched up by the Warrior of White. I get the feeling this isn't the last of all this nonsense.
The Ilzabard contingent have contained the threat on their front. Things appear to be under control, for the time being. Though it remains unclear why the fissures opened up in the first place. According to Tataru, similar ruptures are occurring across the star.
One thing is clear, however. The phenomenon is not without pattern. The tendency for fissures to emerge is pronounced in regions deeply connected to the void. Places where the barrier between the two worlds is at its...
Bethany.
I fear there may be a place in far greater peril than Garland. Though it hath since been sealed, you will recall there is a great void gate that we ourselves had cause to open. A gate which was instrumental in our bid to reunite Vritra with his sister and put an end to
Oh gods. The moon.
With our attention fixed upon planar fissures, I failed to consider this vulnerability. All other paths up to the void...
And that rift might be yawning open as we speak.
Let us make
Back
for
to the moon we
Bestway's
go!
Barrow. I dare say the Loperites are well aware of...
No, not the
We're to have
bunnies! You
Cryo
gotta
join
save the
us once she
bunnies!
finishes I shall likewise contact Y'shtola. Her knowledge of the...
Alphino, Alize, please do what you must to keep our world safe.
We'll be back before you know it.
A quick word, if you will. I'm not sure whether you'll run into Zero during the course of all this, but if you do, would you give this to her?
Only if it doesn't become old and crusty.
Emergency rations, in case of a protracted battle. Can't imagine she's eating all that well in the void.
Sorry I had to pull you from the key, Y'shtola.
She likes dumplings.
Yeah, hopefully they don't become old and crusty in transport. Seriously. It's not like I carry a cooler on me.
Shoot. How does things hold up from the source when traveling to other worlds in terms of food?
Especially when we just shove it in our non-existent magic bag of holding. And the Loperites are running around. Snapping way. Snap.
Given thy panicked state, I presume the Loperites too are beset with void scent.
Oh, what sweet relief it is to see you all. Yes, void scent, and lots of...
I had dearly hoped to find my worries unfounded.
For some unknown reason, the void gate seems to have partially opened. Living Ray dashed off to activate the brands and halt the Fiend's invasion, but she hasn't come back. And we've...
I suggest we make for the
Where it all begins.
Thanks, Xenos. You and Fandaniel caused all this.
Yes, so now I have to help the Loperites. Okay, I think the things are bugged.
Probably because I had... Well, what things are bugged?
the little instances because I'm sitting there like, now it's happening. Because, yeah, I was trying to attack them, but they weren't budging.
Oh, I'm saved! I dreaded... Oh, I was never in any real danger, of course. I knew you would realize our plight and rush to our rescue. Aetherius is likewise plagued with void scent. If only we'd prioritized further development of the void scent slaughterbots. Oh, what a tremendous demonstration that would have been. Irrefutable proof that I was
There we go.
Fortunately, I was able to activate the brands. Should any more void scent emerge from the gate, they all... Unless, of course, the void gate begins to expand of its own accord, or some gargantuan monstrosity... Oh, nope. We do.
There you are.
And Y'shtola just immediately pops up.
I left the data in Shell's capable hands and teleported here as soon as I heard. And ere you ask, I made sure to bring the key with me.
Gonna have it back?
Then the real threat yet awaits us.
'Tis Golbez's domain beyond the Void Gate. I wonder how he and Zero are faring.
God dang it, Lone Way.
By the 12.
Whee!
And boop!
They're heading your way!
Let them come.
Uh... Houston, we have a problem. Hey, Zero! Of course they dump us right next to you.
In the middle of all the voices saying, hey, summer vacation!
And go back. And she's like, wait, what are you doing here?
It would take a very long time to explain.
A visit felt long overdue.
Only you could be so carefree amidst all this.
Well, I did save the world, and other worlds, and a bazillion other
make
people.
Yourself useful. The gate's sheer size appears to have made it a tempting target.
Enuo, a dread void scent risen from the benighted depths of the ocean. They kept to the confines of their domain while Zeromus endured. No longer, it would seem. And once they had discovered a path to the Red Moon, they wasted no time in making the journey.
Leave the void scent nearby to us. You take care of Enuo.
Of course.
Facing this many foes calls for a more.
She can't switch between them.
Yeah, well, she's kind of scanning for Cecil, so it makes sense that she can swap between
Void scent can change their
Paladin
form
and
at
Reaper
will.
form.
Both light and darkness. Besides, what better to purge darkness from the void than darkness itself?
And still have the dumplings in my bag, but that'll wait until we take care of the big honker that's up in the sky.
Wow, just throwing us at everything.
Who dares face me? A mere mortal. Hast thou come in search of power? Renown?
Nope.
I fight to end this world without end. All who stand before me shall fall.
Well, this is gonna be one of those things where I'm probably gonna die. And so will my part. Gotta love day one blind shenanigans. Or should we wait until tomorrow?
We still got time. Just let me get through my cutscene and I'll help you out.
Well, I can't do it without you anyways because we're in party.
Alright, you Cthulhu knockoff, let's rumble.
I'll let stream enjoy the music for a few minutes.
Yeah, right. So, anyway, was kind of the secret boss of Final Fantasy V, if I recall correctly. Technically kind of the instigator for that game, but you never actually fought him in the original. It wasn't until I think the GBA remake that they actually added him as a secret boss. So, if anyone's willing to correct me if I'm wrong, please do so. Alright, all set.
Alright, let's see how badly we...
Flounder?
This is a trial, right?
Yep.
Oh my... The unmaking? Yes, the unmaking. I do like the music, though.
Don't know why that popped up.
Alrighty.
Alright, here we go.
Who's main tanking?
Alright, anyone. Time to see you back to go back. Or not go back, X-Death.
The Void's power is mine to wield. Perish.
I don't like these blades. I don't know how big they are.
Probably stand throughout the fight.
Be still.
Why would I stand still when you're trying to kill me? Ow! Sweet mother!
And flares.
Proximity. Move. Move! No, you're too close! You're gonna...
Accept your downfall.
This is not a good thing. Okay. So, I'm guessing we have to move this around. Please don't stand there!
Here.
Well, that's an interesting mechanic right there.
Oh, okay. Yeet!
Does the yawning lift not tempt you?
No.
I don't like the sight of this.
Wait! Bullshit! Uh-oh.
That, I think, is
consumes. Naught will endure. Neither past nor future.
It's dark in here. I don't like this. Also, I don't know where the edges of... This is...
We gotta kill all the F things.
Yeah, but this also doesn't help with... Do we still have an edge?
Don't think so.
Also the Gunbreaker.
I breathe through the darkness. Let the light guide me.
You must break free.
No! What the?
Did you just...
And...
Okay. How the hell did you die?
The lasers! Even when I was running, apparently it was too slow on the surface, it got me killed.
Okay.
The underlings are no more. Now to deal with Edoel.
Life and death rendered meaningless.
That's just crazy.
Light, protect us.
And paladin skill.
I will not yield my domain.
What? Wow.
Such is the power of the void.
Now that is a place to be.
Yeah.
Oh, now you know that we need the mulligans back.
Let's stay!
Void shall never cease to be. My power is absolute.
I don't like the sight of that.
The void's power is mine to wield.
Ooh, two of them. Oh, this is that hero. Why? Why is it always me?
Behold the truth of this world! Accept your downfall.
Oh dear. Oh good, it's on me this time.
Uh-oh.
Aye! And the hero is dead. Shit. This in here.
Doth the yawning myth not tempt you? Be still.
Don't do anything while you're... And I'm dead. I heal for healer. Here we go.
Perish.
And are you kidding me? How do you tell the difference if it's gonna be an AoE or if it's gonna be just right around where the spear is?
Yeah. Like I said, it's day one.
Doth the yawning myth not tempt you?
Yeah, and I know what's gonna happen with that.
Be still.
Players.
Must all might cease to be.
Got my spell up.
Thank you.
Although that's probably too high. Three. Alright.
Yep, and that was a freaking error.
There is a sign.
Power is mine to wield. Perish.
Love that pixel.
Behold the truth of this world! Accept your downfall.
They must be sealed away.
Smack.
And in the slab of memoriam you go.
Mm-hmm.
That was painful.
Ugh. Now how do I get back home?
I'm glad you came. We would have struggled to face Enuo alone. I presume you journeyed here to prevent more Void Scent from passing through the gate.
With Enuo defeated, there are none left in this realm who pose a serious threat. I dare say the problem is resolved.
Not quite.
Nothing comes to mind. Why'd you ask? So the breach wasn't limited to the Void Gate, for better or worse. Precious little has changed in the 13th since the Romus fell. Have you noticed anything unusual?
I know not the reason events have unfolded this way, but there is, perhaps, an explanation as to why the Void Gate and the fissures opened. Here, in my domain, even the slightest change is keenly felt. When the gate opened, I sensed not the workings of some external force. Rather, it felt as if the barrier between our worlds was weakening naturally, moment by moment, until the two came to meet.
And you think this weakening could be happening?
'Tis a possibility.
What of Radzatan and Garlemald?
So no Heidelin, no Zodiark, and not even a 12.
Eulus took mercy upon the interloper.
Can I get the dumplings out of my packet?
Whether Void Sent or Garlean, we all share the same longing for home. Should we meet, I will gladly offer them aid.
Can I get the dumplings out of my pocket?
Wait, how exactly did you get here? No mortal could traverse the Void Gate in its current state.
Oh, the little dot is still there.
And this path of yours is still there. I cannot see it.
So,
Nor does it reveal itself to me. Perhaps the path serves only the key bearer.
So it is not a means to travel freely back and forth. A pity. I would have liked to see my friends again.
Can you please get those dumplings out of my pocket? Thank you! Because these things were, like, sweating in my pocket. Like, here, have a bag of dumplings.
I hope they're not cold or messed up in a fight.
And gold does is just like...
Alright, in other news...
guess we're traveling on the Red Moon for a little bit. I'm pretty sure we can't fly in here.
Yep. Because it should be like a sequence area. Or instance area.
And we're back over here. It's a node. Nope, can't fly. Well, we can fly, it's just... we can't fly in the air.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get up there?
Alright, thank you, bike.
Oh, I guess I gotta go around.
Upon activation, these transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friend. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out.
to see you here.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world.
Such a thing is possible?
Indeed. Though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try and try again?
Well, sadly this reunion isn't lasting long.
Very well. This latest ample proof your comrade spoke true. However,
And you shall have mine. Would you deliver a message to Euless for me? Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here. The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First. If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
How much simpler it would be to aid one another in our respective fights, were it not for these boundaries between us. Safe travels, my friend.
Well, you're probably gonna end up coming back, so... And they're like, huh? Or they just
No
stood
luck,
there
I'm
waiting
afraid.
for us.
It appears...
Looking for him. Hi!
Boop!
Wait. Is that...
Where have you been?
God, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
Oh, apparently I can time travel. Well, not time travel, but...
Now we can hop between the realms without having to need a giant crystal.
Shortly after you vanished, the Void-sent incursion abruptly ended. We surmised you had a hand in that, but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either. Nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
While many mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the soul.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon?
Wait, no, what? Why?
And who might you be? Not her Void-sent, I'd wager.
So, you're just gonna walk up to us now, huh? Hey!
Greetings.
And where's Calyx? Oops.
We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms? I wish only to talk. Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities, that you should reveal yourself at this juncture. I assume you are the one who bestowed Calyx with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Bingo.
Yes, that is correct.
Get up, you little shit.
Get up.
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Oh, great. Now I get to punch a little plushie all the way
So
to the
he
moon.
succeeded in trying. Be at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you. You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Halmarut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Aetheris was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients. As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for millennia. And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more. Yes, it seeks to rejoin with all of its shards. Unlike the one we Ascians attempted to orchestrate, however, the star's rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment. All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole and remade for a new beginning. A complete rebirth. Aetheris will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years past. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before the light of mankind was kindled.
Supposing for a moment we believe you, how can you possibly know all this?
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiark. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course. So many seeds of life have already been lost. Yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that... But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice, when all creation is reunited. I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even... It would be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die.
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the solstice, then thine intent is to preempt...
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections. Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspiration. The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Even if everything you claim is... What you've done, Calyx, it's unforgivable!
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval. Given your familiarity with other Reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the solstice will come, and no one will be left. Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the Reflections as you deem fit.
No!
Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Wait!
So of all things, that makes us take up the fight. OGP is right. I hate Xenos.
And there we have it.
For now.
No. I mean, there we have the patch's title. What, you're just having us backtrack all the way over? Yep, yes it is.
So now is a proper reason to get the band back together. Cause, yeah, Zeralja was not a reason for us to all get together.
And we haven't been back to this place since...
It was just at the end of Endwalker where we all got together here, all sharing what we were planning on doing once the Scions officially disbanded. Well, on the surface.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here. Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only, thereafter we did largely operate independent of one. All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company.
Where's Estinian?
Apologies for our delay.
Oh, hey.
Well, we aren't the only Scions.
We're reporting for duty, as bid.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with. But we're working on it.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag.
Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Now, as much as I'd like to savour our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been... Will you apprise us of the details? The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear. Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others.
In light of the recent Void Scent incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the solstice as the problem is how to deal with it.
Both the source and the reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete... then what can we possibly do?
I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the solstice?
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar, so it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she... So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to...
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
Perhaps we could take a recess?
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Ere I forget, Heron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession. After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unwrap.
Oh, dang. Ugh, maybe one day I can make the key work for you, Stola.
And...
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
I detest evenings such as this. Too bright, too stimulating. You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan.
Give me a reason. Give me a reason, Bucky.
Our destination is the fourth. A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations. I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more. Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway. What Halmarut said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost? I will share with you a truth. We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world. Fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
And there you go.
Sure, buddy.
Well, that is 7.5. And with that, that will end tonight's stream. Tomorrow, if we so feel inclined, we will do the last bit of the Alliance raid. Which reminds me, where the heck did we leave that at?
That is a good question. I think it was either back in Tyrol or probably... I know it was Tyrol somewhere, but where specifically? Probably Triolo? Because I don't think we're inside, like, the area.
Because, yeah, we need to unlock it first. Alright, let me see. Not why we hunt.
Alright.
Arcane Artistry?
Don't know why Skippy decided to tell us where the heck he and Slappy were planning on going.
Well, that is how they do plot. Alright, we can unlock the extra range.
So now we just need to figure out how to get the key to work to allow other people to see the path. Once we figure that out, we get road trip back.
Yes, unlocking the EXs. Now where are we supposed to go to get the final part?
Warp over to the Bright Gloom post, and then I do see a level 100 quest, the Hollow Promise.
Where? Oh, where you are.
I'll at least pick up the quest, but I'll push that probably tomorrow.
Well, we can log out right here, because at least we're where we're at. And then we just drop on top of the puppy. Okie dokie! Like I said, we will pick up the last part of the raid tomorrow. Hopefully, we won't be face planting and dying left and right, but that's probably going to happen anyways, because it's still day 1 and day 2 of patch. So in the meantime, hope y'all enjoyed. If you're watching, subscribe. If not, just keep an eye out. So until then, have a good night, take care, and controller now! And boop.